As always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So somebody had questions about the starters on defense that are going to be replaced and who's going to replace them and what to expect. So we got Khaleke Hudson, the Viper position, of course. We got Michael Barrett filling in. I like what I see from him as far as size. He's 6 foot, probably 230, 235-ish. I like that. I want those dudes on those lines to be 230-ish, 240-ish, playing linebacker. I want you prototypical size. So I like that just from him being that size. Now, we'll see if he has the vision and can take good angles and, things like that. We haven't seen him play much, so I can't say how good he will be at that. Because we all know last year, Khaleke would have a lot of tackles, but he'd also have a lot of missed tackles, a lot of bad angles he would take, and just bonehead mistakes. So of course we don't want that. And Khaleke gained too much weight also, and he lost some of being as fluid in his motions. When you gain too much weight, you become stiff. You can't move like you used to. So Khaleke had that problem last year where he had gained too much weight and he was real stiff. Like when he'd run to the ball, he'd waddle. So he lost some of he started taking bad angles, lost some of his quickness and speed, and it all hurt his game somewhat. But I'm looking for Michael Barrett to step in and hopefully be an anchor at that Viper position with that weight and size, so he can actually handle going against those offensive linemen and fullbacks, and can actually be able to stand up to them where we're not undersized so much. Let's see. We got Josh Uche. I loved Uche, especially 2 years ago. Last year he did his thing. He decided to go pro, and I'm looking for a player like Luigi to get some of his snaps. He's a kind of undersized DN, can probably stand up if he needs to, can stand up or put his hand in the ground. But when I saw Luigi get in the game, because he didn't play that much, he actually got sacks and got pressure on the quarterback. So I like what I saw. Now that can mean nothing, or it can mean a lot. This all depends on him and the coaches. But when he got in, I saw him doing something. But you can say they were blowouts or whatever. But when I see production, that's all I can go off of. Let's see who we got. Okay, now we got Josh Metellus. Josh Metellus, what was he? Strong safety. And honestly, with him being the strong, I'm looking for probably Brad Hawkins to fill in at strong, and Dax Hill go to free. So you're probably gonna see that happen where Brad becomes the strong safety, because Dax Hill is too fast to have him just sitting around the box. Like he can cover so much ground, you gotta have him at free. So Brad Hawkins is probably gonna be the strong safety. We saw him play a lot last year, and he did some good things. I'd like to see him come up and if he's gonna be strong, he's got to come up and hit. Like you're basically you're basically a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? So you're a safety, but you're gonna be up in the box hitting. So you have to make sure you're a sure tackler and a strong tackler. So I'm hoping he's gotten a little bit bigger and stronger so he can take what comes with being a strong safety. Strong safety has to set the tempo. You're the hitter. You're the hitter in the secondary. We're looking for you to lay people out. So that's what he has to do. We'll see. Hopefully he's gotten stronger. You want to come back the next year stronger, faster. See the game better. Since he played most of the last year before he got hurt. So I'm looking for him to be even better next year, even if it is from strong safety. Let's see. We got Lavert Hill. Now we know Lavert Hill was a starter for what, 2 years, 3 years, and he played pretty good. Made some mistakes, would get burnt, but we got Vincent Gray, who played quite a bit last year. And this dude is a tall, rangy corner. He's like 6'2", 200 and some pounds. But the thing that I liked about him last year, he wasn't scared to come up and hit. When somebody ran to his side or it was a screen, anything, he wasn't afraid to come to lay the wood and make tackles, get his hands dirty. I like that. And you know, it's always great to have a big corner. 6'2", that's a big dude. So, you know, it's always good to have somebody like that. And his cover skills were pretty good too. Like, the only problem I had with him, and he was a young player. What was he, redshirt sophomore last year or freshman? So redshirt freshman or sophomore. So he was young, getting his first reps in real game time. The only problem, he wouldn't find the ball all the time. But that just comes with growing as a player at corner. When you're playing corner, you see the receiver turn, but you don't want to turn because you don't want to turn at the wrong time, and then you've missed the ball. So a lot of dudes, they'll play the receiver when they're young until they're confident in themselves enough to get their head back fast. Get their head back, like, as soon as they see the receiver he's looking, or he's already looking. So I'm looking for him to continue to get better. Young dudes, I just want to get better and improve on their weaknesses. So from the most part, I liked everything I saw from Vincent Gray last year. The only nitpick I would have is he has to get his head around and find the ball, because if you start getting picked on, it's just gonna get worse in big games. They see you not turning and finding the ball, they're gonna start picking on you. So those are the players that you wanted me to talk about. I like everybody that's filling these positions. Like, I like that. And with the Uche, I'm not sure, it'll probably be Luigi getting some of those snaps, but it might be somebody else. I really don't know, because a lot of these other dudes haven't played, so I don't really know what to expect out of them. So I don't like to give false information. You know what I mean? So we'll see. But Dax Hill, Vincent Gray, they've all played. So I have trust in them. Brad Hawkins, I trust him too, for the most part. You know what I'm saying? All these dudes played last year. Only one that didn't really get to play was Luigi. He didn't get a lot of minutes. So we'll see. But he should be ready to go. I'm hoping. But you never know who they have coming in and who's stepped up in practice. Because right now we don't have much to go off of. But I know these three players, Dax Hill, Vincent Gray, and Brad, I know they're going to be playing a big part. And Ambry, of course, we know Ambry started. That's why I didn't say he's taking Lavert Hill's place. But that's all I got for that. I'm probably going to do a video going over the front seven a little more. But like, share, subscribe. And as always, go blue.